Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Asia here. It's been a minute since I've made a video, and that is because I'm on my mission as always. I know in my last video I made mention of what I do, my abilities, and I am a vessel for change. I go into spaces to change the energy of these spaces to a more energy of inclusiveness. So I'm on that mission, which means that I now have a 9-to-5 job, which there's no problem with, and I'm doing what I'm called to do. But however, today I want to share with you guys some channel messages that came in from the Arcturian Council, ninth dimension Arcturian Council of Light. And this message that came through from the Arcturian Council of Light is about accepting our responsibilities. I know I made a video recently, well, some time ago, about we're in the 6th phase of the ascension process, and this is about understanding our creation and why we create. So we are shifting in a new space right now. In the 7th dimension, we're asked to take responsibilities for our creation. Do not neglect our creation. Because in this space, if we neglect anything that we create, it will seem as if it is turning against us. It will do everything in its power to get our attention, not to neglect it. So the message that came in was to take responsibilities for our creation and not to neglect any aspect of your creation, whatever you've created, whether you've created an experience for a child, whether you've created a business, whether you've created a YouTube channel, whatever it is that you've created, do not neglect it, because it will come around to haunt you, so to speak. And it is not only limited to creating these things, but also creating connections between you and others. That if you find yourself in a space where you have established a connection or open up a connection between you and another individual, you're not supposed to neglect this connection further on down the line, because this individual will come around to try to get your attention, do things to get your attention. So that's the message I'm getting for humanity, to accept our creation and be responsible for our creation. And the message that came through from the Arcturian Council is actually about, it is being played out with humanity in the human experience, with the black against white. And it will be soon playing out a lot in the governments, where governments will be faced with so much struggles and problem, and it is just to show them that the responsibility that the government has to ensure that citizens are protected, or the welfares of citizens are being met. It will come into play that citizens will be going against the government on a mass scale. And that is to get their attention to take responsibility for what they've created, the society that they've created, and the structures that they've created. So back to establishing connections with people. So you may find that you have established some connection with somebody, and for some reason you are neglecting this connection with this person. This person will do everything in their power to try to get back your attention, to get you to realize, hey, you've created something here, do not neglect it. So it is being played out, in the human collective, as so to speak. And I'm going to give some information that a lot of people may be afraid to touch on. So we're going to talk about genetics and genes and cells. And the melanated human vessel was the first vessel to be created to inhabit the earth. And why this is so is because of due to the environmental constructs or structures that was in place. Only the melanated skin could have survived back then, but during our advancement and our ascension processes, we have developed a genetic makeup to create the bodies that are less melanated, less dark skin hue. And this is not to say that humans who have embodied or inhabited these skins of less melanin is not a human. Everything is spirit, and they do have spirit. It's just that we were the ones who had created the genetics to have a less melanated skin color to have a certain experience. So because of the black people, I'm going to say black, we're not black, colored people are not taking responsibility for their creation. Because I'm not sure if you guys heard of Jacob in the Bible. Jacob was a scientist, and he was the one who had developed the genetic makeup and genes of the not so melanated human body. And this is just a vessel. This is not to say that you're not human being, you're not this. It is just a vessel that we've chose to navigate this earth in. So black people are not taking responsibilities for what they've created, and this is why you see that melanated people or colored people are experiencing a lot of racism. We're experiencing structures that have been put in place to show us that we need to take responsibility for what we did. And until we take responsibility for that, to say that we were the ones who created the genetic makeup for that body structure, that type of body, then we will continue to be in a cycle, in a reel of experiencing the same thing over and over until we have taken full responsibility for what we have done. So that was one message that came in from the Arcturian Council, and also about the governments. It will be playing out on a wide scale in families with children and their parents, with animals and their human companions. It will be playing out with nature and us, who are the inhabitants of Gaia. And it is about taking responsibility and not to neglect these connections, because if we neglect them, then they will come around, so to speak, to haunt us. I had some prophetic dreams. Well, last night I had a dream. I won't get into that. That would be for another video, because now my clairvoyant activities or my clairvoyant capabilities has been augmented. My dream, so to speak. I get a lot of messages in my dream. So specifically last night I I saw my aunt who passed away in my dream. I had two aunts, they were in my dream, and she was saying something to me that she wants to sell jeans. So I woke up and I'm like, sell jeans? I know she's no longer among the physical realm, so sell jeans. So I see this selling jeans, like jeans, the fabric jeans, pantalon, pants. It is about your cells and our genes. So our cells and our genes are being more illuminated, meaning that we're able to access more information within our cells and our genes. And the information that will be coming forth from our cells or genes or genetic makeup or DNA, it is showing us things that we have created in the past, and it is time for us to take full responsibilities for these things that we've created and stop playing the blame game. Stop pointing fingers and talking about this is the devil, that is the devil, this is God, that is God. We are the gods and the devils. There's no Satan, there is no God, so to speak. We have the capabilities, they're the energies. We can tap into the good or we can tap into the bad. And until we come to admitting that and taking responsibilities for the things we're created, they will continue to do things to us that will cause us trauma, cause us pain, and stuff like that. So that was that message about our cells and our genes coming online. There's more information, more illumination, more light coming in to illuminate our creation, the things that we've created and the things that we've neglected, so that we can begin to start to take responsibilities for those things, so that we can accept those things as being a part of us, that we can accept these things as being from us, and live in harmony and move on in our creative process on this plane. So that was that, and as we continue talking about G's, behind me I drew this. I don't have the date on it, but I drew this some time ago, and because I remember I was in my bed, well, I saw this and I drew it out, and some days ago I was home and I had a art activation again, art opening activation. I experienced the same thing back in 2017 when my upper heart chakra opened, and I was so vulnerable and loving to everybody that I had a friend who came to me who had me to close it down because he hurt me so much. And that again, I had to take responsibility for that. So it's not his fault, it's mine. So this is the Kabbalah, and as a Kabbalah we have the planets situated, and if we should continue or go further, we can have the human body. I'm just going to do the human body, and this is called the Vitruvian man. So the human body, the head, the neck, the shoulders, hands, the torso, and feet. And then there's a second aspect where we are now moving into this, and it's a Vitruvian man. It's actually a part of our evolution, so to speak. It's a part of our evolution, and it is speaking again about our cells and our genes being activated to access more information, to remember more. And it's about our creation. We're creatives. We created this earth realm to physically create things and experience them. So this is connected to the body and our cellular structure and our DNA, and that gave confirmation to my dreams and my messages that I've been channeling. So that is that. And I also was shown that the seed of life or the flower of life, just give me 1 second, let me go get something. The seed of life or the flower of life is actually a seal, and that seal is like a gateway or a seal for the underworld. And I know that most artsy light workers have been looking up into the sky, talking about things coming in from the heavens, when the truth about it is that energies are not coming in from outside, but the energies are coming up from the earth. And the energies that are coming up from the earth is actually energies that we've put in place over eons of time, and now they're resurfacing. So this is why we're feeling them. And nothing comes from outside, everything comes from within. So thinking that there's energies coming down in the earth, it is not possible, because even the sun itself is connected to the black sun, which is on the earth, which is a projection to this sun that we see in the daytime, and that in itself is energies coming up. So everything is coming up. And also the tree of life is actually, well, this is the seed of life, and this is a seal, and it is a seal to other realms. I'm going to just say the underworld. So nothing comes from outside, but everything comes up. So once you start to have mandalas and you begin to draw the seed of life, you go into a healing process where things, emotions, trauma, and trauma has to do with destruction of energy. So when you experience trauma, it doesn't mean that it deconstruct the energy, so the energy goes under. So once you do this, you will open the gateway for these energies to come back up into the light to be processed. So this is a seed of life, and it is about portals, so energies can come up, not coming down from anywhere, but actually coming up. This is a pentagon. This is the sun. I made another video about the sun changing from a pentagon to a hexagon, I think, and this is what it looked like, the shape, and there's a circle around it. So that's another thing. When I get these downloads are actually about crop circles. Whenever I see these, and each time I get these downloads, they're crop circles that pop up around the world, and I've seen these reflection of these crop circles around the world. This is another one, another crop circle, and I think this crop circle is actually showing us places in the galaxy, because there are planets that exist outside of this realm Earth, but we're not able to access these as it until we get it right here on Earth. So that's what's going on. And as these galaxies and star systems exist outside of these Earth plane, they exist here on the Earth as well. The Earth is bigger than we think or we're taught it is to be. This is my flower of life seed, and it's about the genetic activation and advancement as well. This is my Metatron's cube, and Metatron's cube is about when you build this the connection with your heart star chakra. This is about above your head. So I got this as well, and we're going to go into the solid structures. So I got these downloads. These are things that come to me and I draw them over a period of time. This is some, I don't remember some decahedron, I think. Here are some things that the 7 solids, I have 6 here. These 6 solid structures that helps with the makeup of the earth or body, the universe, and these are the fundamental blocks, building blocks for physical reality. Is there anything else? No, I guess that's all my drawings for now. And yeah, so it's about remembering what we've created and not neglecting our creation, taking responsibilities for our creation and moving in. The seed of life, which is a seal for energies to come up and not to go out, because nothing gets out. We're so protected. Nothing comes from the outside, everything comes from within. So that's that for now, guys. Sorry if I've been absent for a long time. I am now working, doing what I need to do so that I can do what needs to be done. So thanks for making it to my channel. I'm just looking if there's any more information in this is my orange book, my sacral chakra, where I do a lot of creation. I do a lot of channel messages, a lot of drawings, and yeah, so I am sharing all these things with you guys, and hopefully these things will act as a tool to activate your DNAs, because we're going through a genes and cell activation at this time, and most of the energy frequencies are coming in from the 7th dimension, and all the dimensions exist here on Earth. We experience all these dimensions here in 3D, in the physical realm. So that's it for now, guys. If this information helped, please give my videos a thumbs up so that they can get into the algorithm of YouTube, so that people can tap into and tune into my channel. There's so much information here that I like to share, but I'm searching for validation from you guys. I need to know what interests you guys so I can actually give what you guys are looking for. And That's that for now, guys. Thanks for making it to my channel, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye for now.